Hey guys, it's been a minute since I came to you from here in the studio, but man, what a huge NASCAR news day just dropped on us today all of a sudden. Tyler Reddick, just literally only a few weeks off of his first career NASCAR Cup Series victory at Road America, he has dropped some bombshell news that he'll be leaving Richard Childress Racing after the 2023 season and headed to 23XI Racing. Now, why would he leave the team that gave him his big break, and why would he announce it this early? Well, here's a few possible scenarios that I want to look at with you guys, and maybe we can try to come up with some answers here with what little information we know. So right now, all that we do know is just that. He is leaving RCR after 2023 and headed to 23XI Racing. Well, the first thing I want to look at is what car is he possibly driving at 23XI Racing? Are they actually going to get rid of Bubba Wallace? I mean, well, let's face the facts. Yeah, he got the team their first victory at Talladega, albeit by rain, but his stats are not that good since joining the team. Since joining 23XI Racing in 2021, Bubba Wallace has seen one career victory, that being the rain-shortened race at Talladega in 2021, 3 top 5s in the 2021 season, and those are also his only 3 top 10s. And in the 2022 season so far, we've seen only 2 top 10s and 1 top 5, and his average finish for 2022 is 21.6. Now, albeit there's been a few races where I've noticed his pit crew has let him down, but we can't let that be the only excuse on Bubba Wallace's stats. His teammate in the 45 car, Kurt Busch, he has proved that the equipment they're in is definitely capable of producing good results. He's had 7 top 10s this season and 5 top 5s, one of those being his victory at Kansas Speedway, which locked him into the playoffs for this season. So would they get rid of Bubba Wallace? I mean, he was their key driver when they first announced his team opening up last year. Well, maybe, but I guess that depends on how good he does next year. But what I think is more likely to happen, I think Bubba Wallace stays around because he does have funding that's coming in for him. So I think Bubba's seat is actually safe. I think what this actually means, we are likely to see the retirement of Kurt Busch. He's been around for a long time, and he's already signed in for next season, but we don't know about afterward. So Tyler Reddick, I think, has been signed ahead of time to be that replacement for Kurt Busch. Now, Tyler Reddick is someone that myself, along with my associates on the NASCAR Rookie Podcast, we've all agreed that he's been outperforming the equipment at Richard Childress Racing. It's not the greatest team in the world like it used to be. It's no longer at its peak that it was in the days of Dale Earnhardt Sr., but it's still a solid ride, and Tyler has gotten the best he could out of that equipment. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of races this year get away from it. I felt like he could have had multiple victories this season, but of course, he finally got that first victory at Road America a few weeks ago. So now he has announced he's leaving. How awkward does this get? I mean, you just got the guy's first victory, and then he says, "Hey guys, great, but here's the thing. I'm out the door after next year. So yeah, we're going to keep grooving in 2022 and 2023, and then see ya. I'm in the Toyota gang." Some people at RCR might not like that and might make for an awkward situation. The biggest things I can think about this is, well, RCR has seen themselves in a similar situation. I think it was back in 2012. Kevin Harvick started hinting that he would be leaving Richard Childress Racing to pursue an opportunity at Stewart-Haas Racing in 2014. And well, that ultimately happened, but they still knew in the 2013 season that they would have Kevin Harvick there with them. They still managed to get through it, and they did all right. They even won a race, I remember. So, they still managed pretty well with Kevin Harvick there, and he moved on to his next team pretty well. But one of the more awkward scenarios I remember was when Kasey Kahne announced that he would be going to Hendrick Motorsports. He announced this back in 2010. At that time, he was still driving number 9 car for Petty Evernham Motorsports, and well, he announced he would be going to the 5 car to replace Mark Martin in 2012. But that was 2010, and Mark Martin was still driving, and Mark Martin would still be there in 2011. So what was Kasey Kahne going to do? Well, he finished out the 2010 season for the most part, and then he actually ended up leaving the team a few races early and went over to Red Bull Racing, where he would stay there for a year. Now, going into that, everyone knew this is only a 1-year deal with Red Bull Racing. As it would turn out, that would be their last season in NASCAR, and it kind of worked out good for Kasey Kahne. But for the people over at Petty Abraham, that had to have gotten very awkward and ultimately led to Kasey Kahne's early dismissal with the team. I don't see that happening for Tyler Reddick, but it's going to make things kind of awkward. And why do I say that? Let's take a look at the statement issued by RCR. So Richard Childress Racing put out a statement today that said, "We're proud of the success that Tyler Reddick has found at Richard Childress Racing. We're focused on winning a championship in 2022 and 2023, although timing of this announcement could not be any worse." So that being said, RCR is not happy to have just finally had to come to terms with this announcement coming out. Who knows how long this has been in the works behind the scenes? But I think 2311 Racing definitely has an upgrade with him coming into the team, whether that be Kurt Busch's retirement. We'll have to wait and see on that. I guess, the media just got done asking Martin Truex Jr. what he's doing next year. Now we got to ask Kurt Busch, what's he doing after next year? So, we don't know what the situation is. We don't know. They might even buy a third charter. Who knows where to get that from, but it could also happen. We could see all three drivers still remain somehow. I think likely, though, we would see Kurt Busch retiring and Tyler Reddick taking over the 45 car or possibly another number there. But now the question is, who will RCR go after now? A few names I've heard thrown around is Noah Gragson, but hey, after the situation happened at Road America, that's got to stick on the mind of a lot of potential Cup owners to, wonder, is he truly ready for this opportunity? Is he ready to make that move? Could RCR get Ty Dillon from the Petty GMS brand? Could they have both Dillon brothers driving their car? Or would they possibly feel comfortable promoting one of their Xfinity drivers in Austin Hill or Sheldon Creed to the next level? Or another name I saw thrown out that's not a bad idea is Zane Smith. Now, Zane Smith was originally supposed to be hired by Chip Ganassi Racing for this season to drive the one car after Kurt Busch would be leaving. But when that deal fell apart and the team was sold to Trackhouse Racing, it all went away. And now he's with the 38 team, Front Row Motorsports in a truck series. So that's another name that RCR might want to keep on their radar to bring into the Cup Series ranks. Now, this 8 car has been through a lot of ups and downs. It first come in part-time in 2018 for a few races with Daniel Hemrick, and in 2019 it was full-time with Daniel Hemrick. And then after the 2019 season, they let Daniel Hemrick go from the organization to promote Tyler Reddick into the 8 car for the NASCAR Cup Series, where he found more success than Daniel Hemrick did. And now we find ourselves in a situation where it's going to be awkward. The 8 cars out there, it'll be out there next year with Tyler Reddick, but he's saying goodbye. He's leaving the team that gave him his first big break into the Cup Series. A lot of people said that maybe he'd be a better fit for a team like Trackhouse Racing or Hendrick Motorsports if an opportunity ever showed up there, or possibly even Junior Motorsports if they promoted into the NASCAR Cup Series. But he's leaving Chevrolet altogether to go to Toyota and 2311 Racing. Now, I think that's interesting. I don't know how it's going to work in the long run, but that's all there is to it. Tyler Reddick moving on from RCR. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Leave a like on today's video if you enjoy getting news updates like this. And yeah, I can't believe it, but at the same time, I shouldn't be surprised either. Tyler Reddick's too good of a driver to continue to, be at the hands of lesser equipment. Is this an upgrade or is this about the same? Because right now with 2311 Racing, yeah, we've seen good results from Kurt Busch, but with Bubba Wallace, it's not there. Is it a driver? Is it a team? Tyler Reddick's one of those guys. I think he can definitely show us the true answer. Is it the driver? Is it the equipment? And looking forward to see what happens in 2024. But for now, silly season is already swinging, and we're not even through 2022. We're already talking about silly season news for 2 years down the line. So yeah, that's it for today, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys. Hey, race fans. Thanks for watching this video from DannyBTalks. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another video from my channel.